This developing news out of southern Colorado. Investigators are examining everything they took from the home of Mark Redwine, the father of Dylan. He, of course, is a teen who went missing in southwest Colorado back in November while on a court-ordered visit at his father's home near Vallecito Lake. The father, Mark Redwine, says he returned home from doing errands to find his son gone. Well, Dylan's bones were discovered in June in a very rugged area near the lake. And yesterday, we now know, investigators executed a search warrant at Mark Redwine's home. They removed sections of carpet and wood and flooring and dug a hole in his yard. They took a fireplace poker, clothing, and a cell phone. So far, investigators have not named any suspects in Dylan's death, and nobody from the La Plata County Sheriff's Office is talking about this search warrant. We hope to find out more about this later today. All right, back to overnight news near Albuquerque. Actually, in Albuquerque, gunshots rang out in an upscale block on downtown, right on Albuquerque's Park Avenue. Officers rushed out to park near 15th Street in Central just after 10 o'clock. Police confirmed one man was shot in the upper part of his body. He was rushed to UNMH. His condition is not known, but we are told he should survive. Police tell us this was a dispute among people at a home. No word, though, if anyone has been arrested or if charges will be filed. In Farmington, police are busy trying to figure out who fired several bullets near Hutchinson's football stadium last night. Witnesses saw a blue car going south when someone inside fired several rounds toward the stadium. Several people were in the stands watching football practice and several bullets hit the press box. Thankfully, no one was hit. Police are investigating. If you know anything about what happened, you're encouraged to call the San Juan County Crime Stoppers tip line. That's 334-TIPS. Well, these two men suspected in a murder Tuesday night at a Walmart in Albuquerque are waking up in jail this morning. Police say Abelardo Gonzalez and Andreas Gonzalez got into a fight with Christopher Chase at the Walmart here near Manal and Carlisle, just off I-40, and one of them stabbed him to death. Police say Chase knew both men, but they are not saying how. Both of these guys are now charged with murder. Roswell police need your help finding one of their most wanted fugitives. Take a look at this guy. Jesus Grejeola is facing charges accused of robbing a home on Onyx Drive back in June. Take a good look at him. He's 5'8", 200 pounds, brown hair and black hair, brown eyes. There we go. If you know where Grejeola might be, please call Roswell Police. On southeastern New Mexico, the tiny town of Jal has water issues, big water issues. Now the State Environment Department is issuing a boil water advisory for the Jal water supply system. The reason? E. coli was detected in the system's #1 well. Some 2,000 people must be notified about this E. coli in the water system now. People need to boil water for 5 minutes before drinking, cooking, dishwashing, or bathing in the water. Jal is south of Hobbs in Lee County. And in Hobbs, 2 teenagers seriously hurt after being hit by a driver who supposedly fell asleep behind the wheel. Hobbs police say a man dozed off while driving on Broadway. He swerved onto the sidewalk, hitting 2 14-year-old boys. The car then knocked down a tree and ended up stopping at a house. Neighbors saw one boy thrown in the middle of the street while the other boy was trapped under the car.
Kids look pretty bad. There's blood right here on the driveway, and there's blood on the back driveway.
The boys were rushed to a hospital in Lubbock. Police have not said if the driver is going to face any charges. A semi hauling cars was hit by an Amtrak train in the South Valley yesterday. The truck was stuck in traffic, stopped on the tracks when the train hit. The train's 2 engineers were rushed to the hospital to go get checked out. The train's windshield was also damaged. Nonetheless, it continued on its way to Chicago about 4 o'clock, just about 4 hours late. The driver of the semi thankfully was not hurt, but as you can see, 2 cars the truck was hauling were tossed off and are pretty much obliterated. Investigators say they found alcohol containers in the pickup that crashed head-on into a semi on I-25 Tuesday night. State police say the pickup somehow catapulted over the cable barriers in the median. And here at the Algodones exit, ended up directly in front of a semi. The truck was going south, the semi going north. The pickup was demolished and 3 of the 5 men in it were killed. It's believed that they all worked together on a construction crew. Blood tests are now being done on the driver who died. His name is Charles Graham. He's from Berlin. He was just 20 years old. Also with 2 of the passengers, they were killed. It'll be weeks before the results are back. The driver of the semi-truck is okay. And we asked the DOT, Department of Transportation, why the cable barriers installed to prevent these head-on crashes didn't stop this one. Investigators say in the past 4 years, the barriers actually have prevented about 200 head-on crashes, or what could have been 200 head-on crashes along I-25 between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, but it's simple that nothing works all the time.
There's no perfect way of designing something to stop all accidents. Everything, the variables are so numerous that things like this can occur. That's why they call them accidents.
Bill Gallegos there with the DOT says it's hard to tell if a concrete barrier like the one here between Tramway and Bernalillo would have prevented Tuesday's deadly crash. Once again, investigators say in that case the pickup flew over the cable barriers. What was promising progress has disintegrated into disappointment and dilapidation.
More than anything, it's embarrassing. This building is an embarrassment.
All right, neighbors say the John Halpin building, by the way, it's owned by the state, in the middle of a booming upscale neighborhood in Santa Fe, is again turned into an eyesore. We first told you about the weeds, the trash, the transients, and more at this building in the Rail Yard District last year. The Department of Cultural Affairs has had a crew come out a few days after the first story to go clean everything up, but neighbors say the cleanup crews have not been back since then, which makes them feel like they've forgotten about the building. State says that is, no, not the case.
So we're ordering a dumpster and we'll deal with the weeds and with all the little minor things on the loading dock. Hopefully we can get the dumpster out there by next week.
The state says the building needs a new roof and an HVAC system, both of which take priority over any cosmetic fixes.